Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyways Moving Forward with Libni, where we talk about life, self love, self work, and anything that might help you move forward in business, in your relationship, as a parent, or wherever you are in your life right now. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Wanting to update you of my life and the many lessons na na-learn ko sa journey ko. Me a while to learn about surrender and flow because I've been so used to hustling so much that flow meant letting go of control. And letting go of control for me in the past meant that I'm gonna lose my security. And for me, my number one value was really security. So it worked until it didn't work anymore because I've learned that abundance is when you just allow yourself to surrender to what is. If you guys didn't know me, my story was, I came from not having money to having that security with my family, and I guess it's also a normal process no that everybody goes through, especially if they don't know about, how to deal with energy and mindset and everything. But the reason why I got so far in my life right now and I can say that I have really achieved so much in my life was because I really work on my mindset, on my beliefs. I've learned a lot about how to master my emotions. Emotionally, I've really grew into a person that is smart and wiser, and I can say that because this is my personal experience that has led me to creating more opportunities, more abundance. One of the things that really stopped me from growing before was the fear. And I didn't know any better when I had that. I had a lot of opportunities for growth, but because of the fear, I didn't allow myself to live because nga it was very fear based. And what I've learned about fear is that when you live with fear, fear allows doesn't let you move. It lets you just get stuck. And for years, that has been me. Fear of not having enough, fear if I lose a job or if I lose this, I won't be able to get another one. I wasn't trusting with the universe. I was always trying to control the things around me. I was always hustling until it came to a point that there was no more, I didn't have any energy to fight anymore. That fear, parang I just let go and I just trusted that whatever is gonna be for me is gonna arrive for me. The hustle worked until it didn't work anymore. It helped me move my life's needle. If you just know the if you know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the fear allowed me to move my life's needle from the bottom up to the top. But then I knew that I needed to stop clinging on to fear when all the people around me was being affected with the fear that I had, which I thought in the past, or when I had it, I said I needed this because if not, we won't be able to eat anything. I was really overthinking. Thus, it took me years to finally say na I should definitely do something about this. And it took a lot of courage for me to leave spaces and to leave, big opportunities or stability to be able to get to where I am. Like it's been a year since I left that security in pursuit of a bigger experience. I didn't know. I didn't know that this was all possible. All I knew before was I needed to hustle, I needed to work for someone, I needed to have that security for me to thrive. And I got to the root cause of why I needed to have that was because I grew up very dependent with my parents because that's how diba, they are. My parents, my dad didn't want me to experience yung challenging situations because he loved me that much. Like that was his definition. His role was providing na. And I didn't grow up feeling poor or wala or I didn't feel lack growing up. And so I was so used to having someone provide for me all the time, and that meant security for me. And through the years, over the 30 years of existence, that's how I survived. I was always working for some people, thinking that that was my programming, that it felt safe to be working for other people. I was so good at what I do. Like, I can say very skillful. Like, when you put me in specific places, I get it right away. Like, I have answers to everything. Like, I'm that person that if I hire me, parang, yeah, yes, girl, like, my problem is solved, like yun, that kind of person. But I didn't know that I was skillful enough because I was living in that definition that I needed to hustle. Like everyone work smart about, like it should be work hard. Like my time was in exchange for my time was money, and that was how I operated before. It's so good. I can still remember those moments where it's like that. It's just really a different person. It's serve until it didn't serve anymore. But to where I am now, I can really say that this is all a product of surrender. I really believe that if you're living in alignment with yourself and your purpose and you're living for yourself, there will never be a time that you will be in famine, because I've never felt, I was always protected and I was always provided by the universe. Like I had so much evidence of that. It's just now that I allowed myself to parang fight what is and let go of people and places and spaces, that I had more time for myself. It's such a privilege for me to wake up at 10 a.m. and work 2 hours per day or 3 hours per day and earn more than how I used to earn while I was working for someone. So good to be able to take back your time and do what you love. Like parang it's all because I learned about surrender. And you'd know when you need to surrender if the feeling that you have na is heavy, because you're carrying something that you shouldn't be carrying. And I believe that it all was stemming from that belief that I should do this in order to be accepted. It was stemming from a space of anger. It was stemming from a space of fear. Now, if I don't do this, then people won't like me. Parang journey ko, which is very culture based, and I grew up in church, everybody. So it took a while for me to learn about surrender and flow. It took a while for me to literally just trust myself. I had a journey and I had this massive realization that I was really operating in a way na parang very masculine. When I went to Siargao with a few of my friends, didn't realize that I was really, really masculine, and because I was surrounded by people who are in femme, they just helped me remember and everything. Through that experience, to experience other people and how they think, I opened up myself to a new dimension of like, pwede pala to. During that experience, I've learned and had this download from the universe na, you know what, Lib, stop being so masculine. Can't you see what I have provided you? Can't you see the world that I have given you? Hindi pa ba enough tong evidences that you're experiencing right now that I won't ever leave you? And I was staring, like I was just having that download moment. And then I realized na God, the universe never failed me. The universe they never left. I was always, always provided. That was the realization. I have a bigger God. I have a bigger support. Why am I trying to control the things around me? Why am I so fixated on my own belief that I know isn't serving me? And I know that fear was holding me back towards my greatest potential. And since then, since I had that download, I just said, nah, I'm just gonna let go. I'm gonna trust that the universe will always provide. And my only role from now on is to create and to express myself, and bahala na. And since then, parang I've just been really playing around and enjoying my life as it is. I no longer chase. I no longer want people to see me, or when people want to work with me and they have second thoughts, I'm like, go with your thoughts. Like, you are not my responsibility. Like, I no longer chase. Like, that's where I am now. If you don't want to be with me, if you're having second thoughts on working with me, like, go. Like, I don't want to work with people who it's not my responsibility to persuade you to work with me, because after all, the world that I am living in is very abundant. And if you're not seeing that, if you're having second thoughts, then it's not my responsibility to carry you along with me, because what I'm doing with my work is to show you what's possible. And if you alone are having second thoughts with yourself, then don't do the work. So I've learned to be like that. I've learned to not interrupt with anyone else's energy or not interrupt with anyone else's journey, because it is not my responsibility to change your belief. It is your responsibility to change your belief. I'm just here to show you that it's all possible. And I'll show you the possibility, because with where I am, I just know that I'm flowing. I'm abundant in every aspect, with friendship, with relationship, with money, with career, with opportunities. And it doesn't come from a space na me, watch me, watch me, watch me. It comes from a space na I trusted myself, I surrendered to the universe, to what is. And I always know that our birthright is always abundance. And if you just come from a space of flow and surrender, abundance will come. You know, there are a lot of people who talk about like, that's why nothing is happening. Parang belief worked before until it doesn't work anymore for me now in my reality. Like it's so yummy and it's so delicious for me to be able to say this, that I don't chase, I attract. I attract because my validation, my worth, my value isn't based on you. My role and how I work with things is I learn from life and I share it with you, and it's up to you whether you want to take that or not. Because I don't wait for anyone to do it for me. I do it myself so that I can live life the way that I want to. My decisions aren't based on how other people think or how they want me to live the life based on their experience, but what feels right for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm still a person who's going to pick myself up because everybody's just minding their own business. So I have really grown so much for the past couple of months of me just allowing myself to go with my curiosity and allowing myself to experience life and meet new people. And it's also because of the surrender that I beautifully gifted myself. Because if I didn't surrender, I will still be chasing. I will still be having that proving to everybody that this is me, see me. I will still be that person who's also always about numbers and you should do more to have more. But apparently, in this life and in this era that I am in, it's just being me and just allowing to whatever comes for me will be for me. My role and my responsibility is to shine. My role is to play. My role is to get connected with that childlike and share what I know so that it through my art, which is speaking, which is my writing, which is my videos and all that. And it's up to you whether you want to receive it or not. Because what I have is not for everybody. Some people would want to have that hustle, because that's what's needed. Each one of us has our own parang chosen path depending on what is needed. How can you, when you're in scarcity or in survival, how can you think of like flow lang? Diba? Like it's not even, your brain can't even process that because you're in a phase wherein I needed to provide and to have that money for me to provide for the family. So my belief doesn't need to be your belief. My friendship doesn't need for you to receive it. Because obviously, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea just like you are not going to be. I don't really match well, or my vibes isn't those people who are going to this one. But I've learned to really accept everyone as they are. If that is their chosen belief, I don't argue anymore or I don't push myself. I don't even, right now in my life, I don't compete with everyone. I don't say na I'm better than you. What I have is better than you. But I really believe that each one of us has our own offers that can help people depending on where they are at. So I have really unsubscribed to, those kind of that life before that I have done na, wherein it's just chasing after the numbers, chasing after the big thing, chasing that I should have this, chasing after that, because it's not me. And it can be them to some people, but for me, I just really enjoy slow, peaceful living, because I am enjoying life. And I used not to get that. I don't understand, like, what? Slow living? What? At that time. But then again, my God, my only parang wish is that I just wake up fulfilled, which I'm doing now, and doing what I love, sharing what I know to everybody, earning abundance, opportunities are there, and living my vision, not somebody else's vision just because it worked for them. And anyway, I just wanted to share that I've been growing so much in this journey. It might change for a couple of years, but where I'm at 33, I love my peace. I love not chasing after the status quo or I want to be in that magazine or whatever it needs to be now. I just have dreams. But those dreams don't define me. I just like working on those dreams to make it happen. And it happens. Like seriously, I'm very, very happy and satisfied right now with where I am. And I still am very curious about life. Every day, I'm so excited to wake up to my husband and my family, to be a mother, to be a person, to be a leader. I get to be who I am. And yun na nga, like people would say, my brand, so you attract these guys. Well, you know what? If you don't like me, I don't want to push myself and pretend that I'm someone else just so you'd like me. Because if you really jive and connect with me, we'll connect in a deeper level. I'm done with the superficial things. Na we'll be friends because you have that. It doesn't serve me. And I know that buuin man ng mundo or there's an earthquake and I die right now, I have fully lived life. I have really experienced it. I have loved and I have been using my time to just enjoy, connect with the right people, feel. And I guess like that is something that people are missing out. Nah, they don't know how to feel, they don't know how to connect. And I just hope that it's not too late for you to live life. I hope that your identity isn't based on what other people say that you should do and not do. I hope that you have your own voice. I hope that when you decide, it's really yours. I hope that you find yourself in this journey of life where you get to really connect with who you truly are. And also, that's also the beauty of life. Like, other people doesn't believe in what I believe in, and that's it. That's the beauty. That's the contrast. And it doesn't make other people bad. It doesn't make me respect them any less. Siguro yun, like, yeah, it's also a different kind of experience as well. So yeah, that's the update for me. Like just really surrendering to what is, allowing the universe to take you to where you're supposed to go, and trusting that your birthright is always abundance. And if you don't feel good with where you are right now, then you're not supposed to be there. Maybe like stop fighting what is. Your emotions are always going to be your compass to what you should do next. And sometimes because you're so out of tune with your emotions, you don't even know what you're feeling. And I feel like it's such a privilege for me to identify my emotions and let it be a compass to my next steps in life. Because I always go with my highest excitement, and I'm always proud of the person that I am now. And I'm really happy with where I am. I feel really at peace, and I just know that the universe always has my back. Yeah, so I hope that you find that too. This might work to some people, this might not. Doesn't matter. I just hope that in your life right now, you can really say that you're really living life. You're fully living it, because unless you're feeling that right now, I think something has to be done. Like life is such a waste if you're not gonna attend to those things that you've been avoiding, because you can't avoid what is. Yeah, so I guess that's it. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and sarap mabuhay. Love you guys.